Hello, and thank you for taking an interest in Liquid Weld, the glue with incredible strength. Allow me to give you a short demonstration on some of the uses and the strength of the glue. This is a 56-pound weight. The material is a vinyl type material that they use for making lorry side curtains and sheets out of nowadays. One single spot of glue. Now, unlike super glues that people do confuse this with, super glue, you know yourself, once it touches it bonds. So if you have a tricky job, you're beaten before you start. With this you can move it, fiddle about, get it exactly wherever you want it, and when you get it where you want it to be, push the two things together. That disperses the air, and that's how it works. It works without air. Super glue, that works by using air, but once you take the top off super glue, that allows air to go in, air activates it, and that's the reason it goes hard in the bottle. With this, it doesn't matter how much air you get in the bottle, it won't have any effect on the glue. Now that's 56 pounds in weight, 4 stone to some, approximately 25 kilos to others, and it's an half hundredweight block to all people like me. And this gives you an idea of the strength of one single spot of glue. Now, metal to metal, again, you don't need a great deal. 3 little drops, and again you can move it. Get it exactly wherever you want it, and when you get it where you want it, just give it a push. Now we'll leave that there for a few seconds. Normally on an outside demonstration we give people the chance to try and part those using their hands. If they could, they'd win a bottle of glue, but nobody has won that bottle of glue yet. If you have, it doesn't have to be like to like, it can be virtually any combination you want within reason. There you have steel to aluminium, alley to alley. Rubber car door trim to metal, in archway trim, neoprene rubber, leather to metal, non-ferrous metal, MDF. For wood turners, there's sawdust and solid wood, hard plastics, soft plastics, doll's house furniture and equipment, leather. With leather, what you must always do is get rid of the outer dressing, because that will be oily and waxy, and it'd be like trying to glue to a candle. The same as if you're trying to glue to shoes. Now remember, shoes have walked in all the dirtiest places, so you must always get rid of the sweat and the dirt that may be encrusted into it. And then, if you do that, this is a leather band that I've glued together. You will get the same incredible strength. I forgot this bit as well.
Right.
Steel to wood, wood to wood. China, pottery, crockery, china, terracotta, porcelain. If you have double glazing and you want to put up curtain rails, well, if you drill into your window frame, your warranty will then be void. You can glue the fixtures and fittings up, and then it will become as strong as the window frame itself, the PVC, and if ever you want to remove them, well, there's a way of doing that using Liquid Weld Glue release, where you can remove them and without damaging window frames or whatever. If there's any fishermen amongst you, well, there's a carbon fibre trout rod that I managed to break. Obviously you've got to sleeve it, but rough it up a little bit, but now you will see that there's not you or a fish that's going to pull that apart. If you have anything that's belt driven, tumble dryer, washing machine, lathe, sooner or later drive belts will snap. If you replace them, it costs a few pounds. If you repair it, it will cost a fraction of a penny, because this glue will dry what's termed as semi-flexible, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Where other glues are going to be far too brittle to do the job, This glue will dry semi-flexible so it can still bend. You will see from this that this has been cut and repaired about every ½ inch all the way round, but it will still bend round the smallest of drive wheels. You can still tie knots in it where other glues are going to be too brittle. On the other hand, if you're a mechanic, it could be an O-ring, oil seal, trim round a car door, trim round a washing machine door. If you give it an hour to cure, it will then become waterproof and it will get stronger over 24 hours. No super glues are waterproof. Super glues are only intended for indoor use, and if this was a super glue and I did that, I'd be in trouble. With this, you do get 5 or 6 seconds. Not a long time, but it's a lot better than a split second. If you do get it on your fingers, all you do is that. Rub your fingers together, rub your hands together. In that amount of time it's dry, completely harmless. And I will show you one last little thing to round off the demonstration. If you break something and you're going to bother to repair it, obviously your intention should be to repair things as good as new, and if you're a married man, before the wife finds out that you broke it. But if you use a super glue, it will always show up grey. Wood glue will show up white, and araldite will show up yellow. With this, and what I'm going to show you now applies exactly the same to perspex, you can do the nearest thing you'll ever get to an invisible mend. Keep your eye on the glue, because now you see it and now you don't. And now you can see that the only thing you cannot see is any glue. And that's the way it will stay. It won't tarnish, it won't discolour, it remains clear. Oh, and the drive belt, well now, it's still a bit tacky, but now you put that back on whatever machine. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short demonstration. Liquid Weld is not sold in shops, it's only available by mail order or demonstration, and now through the internet. The reason we do it that way, I think you will agree, if you saw it just in a bottle on a shelf, you'd never realise how strong it is or how versatile it is.